budgeting is a planning tool that is going to lead you to financial freedom. Financial freedom is when the return on your investment can comfortably cover up your expenses. You can maintain your current lifestyle by the returns on your investment. I'm not saying your capital and I'm not saying your savings, but the returns you are getting from various investments that you must have made before now. So that is when you will now say that you have attained financial freedom. So budgeting is allocating your money before it ever arrives in your hands. How to share your money, you plan for the money ahead before it ever gets into your hands. So let's go. I want to talk about 50-30 rules of budgeting. 50% of your money where it should go, 30% of your income where it should go, and 20% of your income where it should go. And when we are talking about income, we are talking about your net income, not your gross income. Because your gross income, you've not deducted anything inside, and it's profit before tax and other deductions. But when we talk about net income, it is your take home after tax must have been removed and all other deduction, pension, any other thing that is supposed to be deducted has been deducted already. So we are allocating your net income, your take home income. That is what we are sharing into 50%, 30%, and 20%. Where your 50% of your income should go to is into your overheads. And when we say overhead expenses, it means the expenses that are for your basic needs, the things that you can't do without, the necessities of life, the basic needs of life, the things that you really need to get going, to keep you moving. Things like your rent, like feeding, like accommodation, and other basic things of life. So I'm going to list all of them, all the things that your 50% should cover. So the number one thing on that item is feeding, because you need to feed, you need to eat. Because if you're not eating, then you are going to get sick. And when you get sick, the cost of medications and to get back to health may be more expensive than the food that you are supposed to buy in the first place. So take care of your health and take the matter of your health seriously. So number one thing on that item, like I said, feeding your food, very important. Some people eat 2 times in a day, other people eat 3 times in a day, other people eat 4 times in a day. So between 2 to 4 times in a day, keep yourself going by fueling the vessel, which is you. So eat, feed yourself and eat healthy. So feeding is very important. Then the next thing on that item is your rent. And when we say rent, it could be annual rent, it could be monthly, it could be weekly, depending on the arrangement that you have. So your rent is very important. Some people don't think about their rent until the rent is already here. Then you start thinking, what should I do now? The cash that I have is not enough for my rent. How am I going to get my rent? Then you start calling people, disturbing people, asking for money. And everybody has their own issues to face. Everybody has their own financial obligations. So you can't just wake up and start calling someone else to come and pay your rent for you. If they pay yours, who's going to pay theirs? So if somebody is paying your rent for you, is going to pay that person's rent. So consider your rent in your income. So set aside, even if you are paying an annual rent, set aside, and your income is monthly, then set aside something on a monthly basis. A percentage should be taken out of your income for your rent. And by the time you keep it up like that for the 12 months, you accumulate it together, add them up together, then you have something, you have your rent already. Even if it's not complete, at least you have something, substantial amount for your rent. So what you need is just an addition, just a support. So it won't be that stressful for you. So plan your rent ahead. And it's from your 50% because it's part of the overheads. Overheads are the things that you already know the amount, that you already know that you pay, the bills that you pay consistently. So the next thing on that item is your utility and electricity bills. So when we talk about utility, electricity, you don't need to be waiting until it is time, until they are knocking on your door, bring the bill, bring the money, then start searching for where to get it from. No, you plan ahead of it because it's a consistent thing. It's something that you do on a normal basis, on a consistent basis. So don't wait until it's too late or until the day that you're supposed to pay before you start looking for where to get the money from. So why are we even doing budgeting in the first place? It's a planning tool to help you avoid fund mismatch, to help you avoid embarrassment, to help you avoid living above your means. So with budgeting, with this planning tool, you are going to know what you can afford right now and what you cannot afford right now, what you can shift to later time, or what you need to save up for before you go for that particular item. So that is what budgeting is going to help you to do. And that is why I said in the first place that it's going to take you to financial freedom. So let's go. The next thing on that list after your utility and electricity bills, because you need electricity in your house to live a comfortable life. So don't let them cut your life off because of payments. So pay your bills as at when due. And this is what is going to help you to do that budgeting. Allocate your money before it arrives. All right, let's go. After utility and electricity bills comes the next thing on that item, which is school fees. So if you are paying school fees either for yourself or for your children or for a family member, or you are training someone in school, you should include the school fees here because you already know the amount, or at least you have an idea of how much it's going to cost. So you plan ahead before the school fees payment time. Don't wait until it is time to pay the school fees before you start running around seeking for help, trying to get the money at hand and all of that. It's stressful to do that. So plan ahead before the school fees time. Like now, I'm a student, so I know how much my school fees is, and I know how many times I pay in a year. So I plan for them ahead. I don't just wait until it is time for school fees. Then I start rushing, I start trying to save, I start trying to grab whatever I can get, or start selling properties, start selling things that I have to pay my school fees. No, I already know how much my school fees is going to cost me for a year. Then I know how much is going to be. So if you're a parent, you're paying school fees for your children, you already know the amount. And even if the amount is going to be reviewed in upward way, it's going to be increased, at least you have an idea of what it used to be. So at least have that amount that you know in your hand before it arrives, so that when the time comes, even if it increases, the difference will not be too stressful for you to get, and it won't be too hard for you to get. So plan for the school fees for yourself or your children or whoever you are training in school ahead of time. Then after school fees, the next thing that should come on that list is your phone bills, because some people don't even think that we spend money to use phone. That phone in your hand that you are using, the call card on it is money. So plan for it because you need it. It's a necessity. In this technology age, you can't do without phone, and you can't say, hey, I don't want to communicate with anybody. So apart from even calling card that you are paying for, what about your subscriptions? The subscription on your phone to get access to internet, or on your laptop and all those things. Include them in your consistent bills, in the things that you know that you do. So they are coming to these overheads. Like I said, overheads are basic things of life, the necessities and the compulsory things that you need to do. So you plan for them before they arrive. Plan for your phone bills on a monthly basis, that this is the amount I'm spending on this phone, so that you even know who to call and who not to call, to know how much you can spend on that phone, because some people are spending a lot on the phone in their hands and they don't even know how much they are spending, because when you are out of internet, you try to subscribe to get back online. When you don't have a call card, you need to recharge to get the call card to put the call across you, so that when you are talking to somebody on the phone, you now know the limits to talk and when not to talk. You just go straight to the point, or to play around with the phone. So include your phone costs into your necessary bills. So when I talk about the access to internet, we pay. Some of us have routers in our house hanging in your bedroom or in your sitting room, or even in your offices that you go for personal use anyway. So because we are talking about personal finance, I'm not talking about organization for now. So when we talk about the router that you connect to your internet, to your computer, to your iPad and everything, all the devices in your hands or in your house, or people use in your house, include that into this compulsory bills, because it's what you do on a consistent basis, either weekly or monthly. You subscribe to get access to internet if you live in a country where we live, Nigeria. So include that bill into phone bill. Is very compulsory, very necessary, you need it, so include it. Then, well, after the phone, the next thing that should come on that list is your gym subscription, gym membership subscription for people that go to gym. So the people that like to do exercise, to exercise their body, because bodily exercise, it profits as well. The Bible says bodily exercise profits little. It may be little, but it profits. It leads to health. So it's very good and it's very important. But if you are someone that have a gym membership that you subscribe every 3 months or 6 months or annual basis, so you should include that too into this bill that we are talking about, into your necessities, your compulsory, the things to do now list, or in your 50% in net income. So include your gym membership subscription here. And after the gym membership subscription, the next thing that should come on that list is your shopping. And when I talk about shopping, we are talking about your basic needs, your shopping. I'm not talking about luxury right now. I'm talking about the things that you need. So include them, because at least once in a month you should go out. You always buy things, so you should go out for shopping for the food items, as I could say before. And apart from the food items, there are other necessities that you need in the household that are compulsory that you can't do without. Things like soap for bathing, your bathing soap, your cream, for people like us that do hair, as a woman, hair, your nails, your facials, your spa time, all those things, include them in your to do things, or in your necessary things to buy, or necessary things to do, to spend money on. And I'm also talking about shopping for your undies, for ladies, what and what we buy. They may not be monthly basis, but there are other things that we buy monthly basis, you know what I mean. Then for the men, the barbing of your hair, you go for shaving, all those things. They are little expensive, but they are things that you do on a consistent basis. So include them in your budgeting, plan for them ahead, so that you don't just mismatch your funds, you don't allocate them wrongly. So that is what I'm talking about, these things. So you are buying your undies, you are allocating money for your shaving, for making hair, for doing nails for ladies, then buying of socks and things like all these necessary household items, like washing soap, bathing soap, like I said before, creams, all those things. So these are the things that you normally go for. So at least once every month you go for shopping for those things. You make your hair at least once in a month, and if you don't make your hair once every month, I don't know what you're doing. Or at least some people do their hair every week, other people twice in a month, that is 2 weeks, while other people do it once in a month at least. So even for the men, the shaving, the cleaning up, for you to look good, you need to take care of it. So all those things are necessities and they are consistent basis. So why not include them in your budgeting? So these are the things that your 50% should cover up for. 50% of your net income, not the gross income. Because I know that some people don't pay tax, so they just think whatever, any profit that comes to their hand is for them to consume, is for them to spend. It's not like that. Something is set aside for the government, which is your tax. Then the next thing that should come on that list for we Christians is tithe and offering. Yes, budget and plan for your tithe and offering. You already know the amount of your income, and you know that 10% of that income goes to God through your church that you worship. So your tithe should be here. Don't wait until it is time to pay tithe, then you start thinking, I know I'm earning 100K, and my tithe should be 10K, but the 10K is not here right now because I have to do this, I do this. Okay, because of that, God will understand. I'll pay next month. Okay, I'll put them together. After 3 months, I'm going to pay. Don't do that, because it's going to overwhelm you. So just do it accordingly. So make provision for your tithes and your offering. Someone like me, I have a specific amount that I give as my offering. In every service is the same amount, in every place. Whether someone invites me for a program in another church that is not the local church where I worship, I also give the same amount. So I have a specific amount that I give for offering in every service. I know how many times I attend service in a week, twice. I go on Sunday and I attend midweek services as well, except for other special programs. But I give the same amount every time in every place, whether I travel, whether I'm within, whether it's another person's church, or whatever they invite me for any program, I am giving the same amount. So I make provision for them ahead of time. And each time I am to give offering, I already have my offering with me. So I'm not asking you for an amount to give or the kind of amount that you should give, but I'm telling you to budget for your offering. Don't wait until Sunday morning, then start looking for change, start looking for what do I give, how do I give? Well, it's because the way the pastor preach, or the way the person that wants to bless the offering talk about it, that's when you start deciding on the amount to give. No, prepare your mind ahead of time on what to give. Prepare yourself So the Bible says, give according to what you have proposed in your heart. So propose it in your heart first and have that specific amount in your mind, so that when it's time to give, you already know. Nobody needs to coerce you or to force you or to sweet talk you to give. And if you're not the type that gives offering or tithes, all right, I wish you all the best. I don't know how that is working out for you, because there was a time I had someone talk to me about offering. I was talking to him about going to church. He said, "Oh, you people that are doing church, people are deceiving you. Your pastors are deceiving you. Going to church, you people are just packing offering and tithe and giving to your pastors." Eh, and the person is coming to meet me to ask me for money. He said, "No, nobody can cheat him. Nobody can coerce him to give anything. He doesn't give in church, doesn't give offering, and he doesn't give tithes. That he doesn't need to give it for God to bless him." I said, "Okay, that is your own conviction, and this is my own conviction. Me, I give." And he's there to ask me to borrow him some money. You that is smart enough that pastors cannot deceive you, pastors cannot collect your money, nobody is going to deceive you to collect your money. You still don't have enough. And you are coming to me, the pastor is deceiving me, that I'm giving out offering and tithe, that you think I am naive or I am foolish by doing that. Then you are thinking that I am doing better than you, or I have cash than you, and you're coming to borrow from me. I don't know what wisdom is in that. So if you are the type that doesn't give, it's fine, it's well. Just wait till you have the understanding, and as you are led or as you are convinced to give, then you give. But to me, I have my own conviction. I'm not giving because of the pastors. I'm not giving because of the person that is blessing the offering. Neither am I giving because of the church I am attending. So, like I said, I give the same amount, either in my church or outside my church, or in every program that offering is being raised, I give the same amount. So I plan ahead for that offering. Then, while we are still on the subject of giving, I want to include this one: your charity donations, your regular charity donations, because some people have a kind of commitment that they have, that they give on a regular basis to charity, for charity donations, to help other people, giving helping hands to other people. Since it's on a consistent basis, it should come to this 50% into your overhead, your basic expenses. So if you give charity donation consistently, or on a consistent basis, or on a regular basis, it should be added to the 50%. Then plan for your vacations and your travels. If you are the type that travels a lot, or that like to take vacations maybe twice in a year, 3 times in a year, or once in a year, plan for it ahead. You know the things that you need, you know the country you are traveling to, or the place, the location you are traveling to, the kind of hotel you already like, make inquiries, know the amount from the beginning of time, so that you plan for it ahead. Then you will now know how long it's going to take you to save up for that vacation, so that you can know if you can afford the vacation this time around, or you shift it till later, or if you can afford it this year, or you wait till next time, or if you can't afford to take 2 or 3 vacations in a year, maybe you should be doing it once in a year, because you need to relax and refresh before coming back to work. It's good to take leave and relax at least once in a year. So vacation is very good and important, but plan for your vacations and your travels. Plan for your air tickets. If you want to travel, plan ahead of time. In fact, buy your ticket on time, because it's going to be cheaper. There's going to be like a discount if you plan ahead, if you buy on time before the travel time arrives. So don't be like me that bought a ticket like 2 days to my journey. I was to travel from Abuja to Lagos. I bought a ticket, and on getting to the airport on the day of the travel, I got there and the flight was cancelled. Not just cancelled, the airline was banned. So they are not going to fly till further notice. We don't even know how it's going to happen, when they are going to operate. We don't know what is happening. And they did not send any mail, no message, no notification until we get to the airport. And we got down, we're all stranded. So we're standing looking, the airline, the people they packed up from the counter, we could not even find any official to talk to. We don't even know what was going on until we went to social media and started getting some information about the airline. And since the other airlines heard that this airline was banned, that they are not going to be flying, they are not going to be in operation for a while, they increased their tickets. So going on the counter to get another ticket becomes another problem, because the price has doubled. They're selling their tickets on a double amount just to get and go. So we couldn't get tickets, then coming back to get and all of that. So all this stress here and there, plan ahead. So if you plan ahead and you have enough cash, if this one is not going, okay, your money is safe, because if you buy a ticket, at least you have up to 12 months to use it. So you can just leave that aside, go for another one. That is why we are talking about budgeting, talking about having extra cash, talking about having some money at hand, which I'm going to talk about it later. What your 30% is going to do for you, what your 20% is going to do for you. So plan for your travels and your vacations. And also, if you are the type that do regular training, that do training on a regular basis, plan for those training, the cost of those trainings, what is going to cost you to register for the training, or the professional you are bringing in to train you, or if you are into you are receiving therapy, to go for therapy, plan for it. All those things, plan for them ahead of time. It's going to save you a whole lot of stress, it's going to save you a whole lot of embarrassment, and it's going to save you a whole lot of money as well, so that you'll be able to live within your means. You're not going to be living above your means if you do what I'm telling you right now. Your life will be at ease. So if someone is going to ask you for something, you already know what you can do. And if someone is bringing a suggestion to you, you already know what you can do, your capability. Okay, I will be able to do this. I can't do this one. I can't afford this right now. This one is going to take me 3 months, 6 months, all those things. So you're ready. So plan for your money before it arrives. Watch out for the part 3 of this particular episode. Please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel and turn on the notification button so that you get notified every time I upload a new video on YouTube. Thank you for your support.